And we now go back to our reporters and to our guest. In fact, sir, I would like to know from you that the attack points to a desperate shift in the strategy by the attackers to destabilize the economy at this particular moment in the valley, right at the time, as you mentioned earlier, also when Amarnath Yatra was also about to begin on the 3rd of July.
Yeah, Lipakshi, if you look at the pattern, this is an old pattern. Whenever there is a high-profile visitor, especially from US and India, you will find these kind of activities that have been done by Pakistan. And since last year, if you look at it in this pattern, there were a number of Pak-sponsored actions south of Peer Punjab, that is in Jammu region. Now they shifted this entire action onto the valley during the tourist season. So there is a very well calibrated, very well planned and very well timed activity that they have done. And I'm sure now security forces in Jammu and Kashmir, south of Peer Punjab and north of Peer Punjab are going to take cognizance of this new development that is taking place. And the way Pakistan is trying to play mischief with India and in J&K. And I'm sure we are going to control it and control it effectively. And we are going to retaliate in a manner that Pakistan has to suffer. And they will not think of this kind of things in future. Or even if they think of it, they'll think 10 times.
Right, sir. But what does this latest attack in Pahalgam indicate? Are we seeing a shift in the tactics or the targets of the terror attack at the moment?
No, only new thing, there's not much of shift in their strategy and the pattern so far, what we have seen for the last 3 decades. Only shift this time is now they have selected the targets of a particular community, that is Hindu community. So that's where a subtle message is going in. And I link this kind of an activity with a speech that was given by Pak Army Chief few days back, wherein he had tried to convey that we are two nations and Hindus and Muslims are different. He doesn't understand the communal harmony that we have in our country, and we are a secular country. And these kind of gimmicks do not play up here, and people are not going to take it.
Right, sir. But in your assessment, what are the implications of such attacks as far as the local communities are concerned, both in terms of security and, of course, the most important psychological impact?
Yes, there's going to be psychological impact. More than that, it has got an economic impact. You see, rosy roti of all these poor people in Jammu and Kashmir, it is dependent on tourism. What data I have last year, 7,000 to 7,500 crore rupees. That kind of revenue was generated by the tourism, and this money is going into the homes of the locals. Now, with the tourism, the graph going down, it is going to impact the roti roti of the local state. So they are going to impact it in a very big way. Jammu and Kashmir is a poor state. The people, they depend on tourism, and if tourism is taken out from their livelihood, where will they go? So there are very subtle messages that Pakistan is trying to convey by carrying out a small tactical operation with a strategic impact.
Right, sir. As you mentioned, that it's a very clear message from Pakistan. In fact, the Resistance Front, TRF, alias Lashkar-e-Taiba, the banned Pakistan-based terror outfit, has claimed the responsibility for the attack also.
Directly on Pakistani Army Chief. So he's the one who, in my assessment, who has planned this entire thing to push his agenda here in J&K. If you listen to his speech, what he's trying to convey has been manifested in Jammu and Kashmir yesterday.
Right, sir. Also, the world leaders have criticized the attack and extended unstinted support to India. What role can international cooperation right now play in addressing the cross-border terrorism, and how effective have global alliances been so far in supporting India's fight against terror?
The way I look at it, whatever Pakistan has tried to do, it is going to be counterproductive. The kind of international support that we are getting, so that is going to hold our hand in case we take any action in future, and if we take any measure which will ensure that the insurgency is eradicated in India. So it is good for us and it is going to be counterproductive because everybody is looking at Pakistan and their leadership, and their leadership is vested with the army. So everybody is watching them and they're very clear what is happening around, and it is Pakistan that is going to suffer because of these kind of actions. And India's hands are very strong as of now, and the world leaders have supported us. So that is a good thing for us. So now we are free to take action, hard actions against Pakistan.
Right. Salman, my next question to you. Has the NIA team reached the site? We also saw the Home Minister reaching the site. What information do you have from there?
We have received the information that an NIA team has reached the Srinagar, but that they have reached the site, that has not been revealed to us, that has not been told to us, that has not been confirmed to us. But the NIA team has come to Srinagar and they will be investigating, they will be taking part in the investigation of this attack.
All right. Dipendu, my next question to you, that even the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia has denounced the attack in the strongest terms and extended heartfelt condolences for the innocent lives lost. In fact, on Tuesday, both the nations reiterated the commitment to fight terrorism. Dipendu, it's very disheartening to see such brutal incidents recurring in Kashmir. What more can you tell us about the broader implications of this attack?
Lipakshi, of course, this attack would have much broader implication, not just in Jammu and Kashmir, but also across the country. And, as we speak, we know that security has already been heightened in different parts of the country, including the national capital of New Delhi, as well as the financial capital of Mumbai, and also other major cities, airports, railway stations. And, this perhaps for the state of Jammu and Kashmir, this attack would, as our guest was also talking about, would immensely impact the economy of the state, given the fact that this was the tourist season and the tourists were flocking the state, and we had the highest number of tourists in almost a decade in Jammu and Kashmir last year. And therefore, as the peak tourist season starts to begin, and such an attack would demoralize the tourists that have been visiting that have been wanting to visit the state of Jammu and Kashmir from going there and going ahead with their plans. So therefore, this will have larger implications in terms of the economy, the economical impact in the state of Jammu and Kashmir, but politically and geopolitically, this attack would, of course, reshape how India's and Pakistan's relationship have been, or there would of course be retaliation that is expected. Strong answers from India towards to Pakistan, and these terrorists, and already a manhunt has already been launched in Jammu and Kashmir to nab these terrorists. And as we are also reporting that the NIA, one of the premier institution that investigates the terror-related activities in India, have already reached Jammu and Kashmir, and combing and search operations is underway as we speak in Jammu and Kashmir, and therefore, the NIA will of course do its job. There are other multiple intelligence agencies that are working on ground in Jammu and Kashmir, and they will also be carrying out their respective works. But the answer to such terrorist activities in Jammu and Kashmir will have to be given geopolitically as well, and as we see the world stands united with India at this point in time, and condemns this dastardly terror attack on the innocent lives of people, and almost 26 people have lost their lives. So therefore, a strong message that the world has given out against Pakistan, that their nefarious activities that they have been trying to carry out and disturb peace in the state of Jammu and Kashmir will not be tolerated anymore, not just by India but also by the world. And therefore, geopolitically and strategically also, we'll see a number of decisions that are coming in the coming days, that will come forward to us in the coming weeks or coming days. Lipakshi.
All right. Of course, a strong message by the world and India that terrorism will not be tolerated in any form. Meanwhile, let's tell our viewers that in a heartfelt show to express solidarity and condemnation, local residents in Jammu and Kashmir held candlelight march on Tuesday, mourning the loss of innocent lives in Pahalgam terror attack. Residents turned up for a candlelight march at several places in the state against the gruesome terror attack. In fact, the locals in Baramulla, Srinagar, Poonch and Kupwara also held a candlelight march. Locals in Akhur area of the territory also held a candle march protesting against the Pahalgam terror attack. In fact, in Jammu and Kashmir, the Valley Business and Travel Trade bodies have announced a Kashmir Bandh in protest against the barbaric killing. The statement was jointly issued by the Chamber of Commerce and Industries Kashmir, Jammu and Kashmir Hoteliers Club, all travel associations, transporters, restaurant owners and civil society groups. In Jammu region, the Jammu Bandh has also been called by business bodies and cross-section of the society. And after the terror attack in Jammu and Kashmir's Pahalgam, major cities including Delhi and Mumbai have been placed on high alert. In response to the attack, the Delhi police ramped up security across the city, focusing particularly on tourist hotspots and border checkpoints. According to the Delhi police sources, Delhi police has been instructed to keep a close watch on tourist places and other important places. My next question to Salman, who is with us. Salman, a shutdown call by the Kashmir travel and trade bodies has been announced. How frozen will be the tourism industry, tourism sector from here onwards for the valley, and what are the tourists there saying at the moment?
There has been a Bandh call issued by most of the trade bodies, whether they are from private schools, whether they are transport bodies, hoteliers, restaurant owners, and the impact of the Bandh is quite significant and comprehensive. We are seeing the shops closed in the main shopping areas of Lal Chowk, Regal Chowk, and also and we have reports of shops being closed, transport being off the roads from all the major towns of the Jammu and Kashmir. So the Bandh has been comprehensive and complete, and this has to be seen also in the context that there have been spontaneous protests since yesterday, which against this terror attack, and it is quite unprecedented. The Bandh, this is the first time that a Bandh has been explicitly organized against an attack. So definitely this has to be seen in that way also. As regards the impact on the tourism, it will have a huge deleterious impact on the tourism. Currently, I mean, it's reflected right now. There are 8 extra flights have been announced by the various airlines, 4 by the Air India and 4 by the Indigo, to basically cater to the demand of their passengers who are rescheduling their flights ahead of their departures. So definitely this is going to impact tourism to a large extent, and it will be, and since this is the start of the tourist season, I'm not sure that the tourist season will be significant as compared to the last year.
Right, the start of the tourist season being hampered there. Also, Salman, as you told us that 8 special flights are being coordinated. Tell us what more information you have from there.
You can see we have the visuals. We have sent the visuals of the airport. There are many people who have rushed to the airport. Basically, most of them tourists because they want to get out right now. So these 8 flights have been done to basically organized by airlines for their own passengers who are wanting to reschedule their air tickets. They are giving the details. They are giving the details for these flights at the airport. And they're basically trying to because they have to squeeze in. Srinagar airport is a very busy airport, and and there are lots of flights that go directly to Delhi and to Mumbai, and now they have to squeeze in these extra flights between between the already very tight. So that those 8 flights, but what details we have in extra to this is that 4 of these flights have been arranged by the Air India and 4 by the Indigo.
All right. My next question to you, sir. Even the Crown Prince of Saudi Arabia yesterday denounced the attack in the strongest terms and extended heartfelt condolences for the innocent lives lost. In fact, yesterday, both the nations reiterated their commitment to fighting terrorism. Sir, it's disheartening to see such brutal incidents recurring in Kashmir. What will be the broader implications of this attack?
Broader implication is that Pakistan is getting exposed by the day. That is one point. And I look at it, what your correspondents also try to bring it out. It is a defining moment in Jammu and Kashmir. You look at it last night, the way the candle march has been taken out and they're chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. So, and all political parties across the board, they stand in solidarity with the people of Jammu and Kashmir for the first time. So if you look at it, there is a paradigm shift in the psyche of the local residents. So earlier, what used to happen, there were anti-government demonstrations, there was road pelting was on, but now there's a total shift. The entire Jammu and Kashmir, they have locked down their market. There is no movement on the roads. So this shows the gradual shift of the local population, and they're showing their loyalty to their own country. So this is going to be counterproductive for Pakistan. And as the international community is concerned, especially Saudi Arab. Saudi Arab is leader of Islamic world. 52 to 53 countries are there. And what Saudi Arab conveys, it has got a lot of meaning to this entire Ummah. And majority of these countries, barring 1 or 2, they will support India in their muhim to ensure that Jammu and Kashmir is free from militancy and Pakistan is taken to task.
Right. My next question to you, Dibyendu. Alert has also been sounded in Delhi and Mumbai. What more information do you have?
Well, Lipakshi, this is the protocol that is generally followed and always followed when such a terrorist attack do take place that claims about 26 innocent lives. Such measures are put in place in almost all major cities across India. And as we can report at the moment is that Delhi and Mumbai has been sounded the red alert following the terrorist attack that happened last afternoon in Pahalgam, and therefore all railway stations, airports, busy markets, and the metro stations in Delhi and Mumbai have been put on high alert. There will be additional deployment of security forces. There will be heightened checks and barricading in different parts of the city to ensure that there are no such incidents that are reported in these major cities, because remember, Mumbai and Delhi have been at the forefront of terrorist attack in the past, and therefore the government as well as the security agencies as well as the intelligence agencies will not take any chance at the moment they will leave no stone unturned and will not take any chance at the moment, and will ensure that all security apparatus are put in place in these major cities. And therefore, as we have also been reporting since morning that Delhi police as well as the other paramilitary forces have bon put on high alert, and additional security checkpoints have been put up in different parts of the city where vehicles could also be put under checks on the roads and on the city roads in Delhi as well as in Mumbai. Metro stations in Delhi would also get the heightened security measures put in place, where there could be additional security friskings of the individuals that get into the metro stations. So will be the case in the railway stations as well as the airports. So therefore, detailed security measures and intensive checking and intensive security, heightened security apparatus have been put in place in the major cities in India to ensure that no such incident take place here in Delhi as well as in the financial capital of Mumbai. Dipakshi.
All right. My next question to you, sir. As we've been talking about the broader implications, can this attack be termed as a desperate attempt by Islamabad to destabilize the economy in the valley at the time when, at this crucial juncture when tourism also was flourishing in the valley?
Of course. Their intentions and objectives are very clear. They do not want to see progress that India has made in ensuring peace and tranquility in Jammu and Kashmir. After abolition of Article 370, there is a total paradigm shift in the way locals look at the thing. The infrastructure has improved, tourism has improved, and all the venues of employment have increased. And there are far too many things are in pipeline to ensure that the state of Jammu Kashmir is a developed state, and they become a very attractive tourist attraction. So there are a number of implications of this, and Pakistan has not digested this kind of a progress. And this is probably the last time they can try and do something, and this shows their desperation, and out of the desperation only they have tried to launch this operation.
Right. I wanted to ask you, Salman, do you have any information as to how the deceased body is being sent and coordinated by the state government, and what is the state of the injured?
We have received and kind of from sources that there are most of the injured, they are stable, and the death toll in this incident has stabilized around 26. So state government is making preparations along with the central government to basically to transport these bodies to their respective states, and I think how those arrangements pan out will be very clear soon.
Right. Also, Salman, if you could tell us a bit more on the reaction by the locals and, the regional leaders for that matter.
Across political spectrum in J&K, there have been condemnations, and then there have been unequivocal condemnations. Obviously, the chief minister and the lieutenant governor both have condemned this incident in very strong words. The Meerwise, he has also condemned this incident and in very strong words. He has also condemned this incident in very strong words. In the same way, Mehbooba Mufti, the leader of the PDP, and JKPC leader Sajjad Ghani Lone all have unequivocally condemned this incident, and they have expressed the grief and shock over this incident. Also, religious leaders of various hues, they have come out in open condemnation of this attack, and they have said that this attack does not represent values that are consistent with Kashmiri culture or with the Islam that is practiced by a vast majority here. So, and moreover, and that combine also that with the view on the street by the common people, and which has also been expressed in the way of very spontaneous protests all across the towns in J&K, and also the unprecedented support for the Bandh.
And now, up on your screens, you can see Home Minister Amit Shah meeting the families of the deceased in Kashmir. He's meeting the families of the deceased after the terror attack yesterday. Home Minister Amit Shah in Kashmir right now, meeting the families of the deceased. He reached there yesterday, and after a high-level meeting, assured of a strong reaction. The Home Minister meeting the families of the deceased, listening to their grievances. Home Minister Amit Shah right now in Srinagar, meeting the families of the deceased after the dastardly terror attack yesterday. in Baramulla. A news just coming in. Indian Army has foiled a major infiltration bid in the Baramulla region of Jammu and Kashmir. Heavy exchange of fire between security forces and terrorists was reported when terrorists tried to infiltrate through general area Sarjeevan at Urinala. Alert troops eliminated 2 terrorists there. Large quantity of weapons, ammunition and other warlike stores have been recovered from the terrorists. Indian Army said that the operation is still underway. And we go back to our reporters. Debyendu, just wanted to know, have you got any details about the flight details about the returning of the deceased?
Well, Lipakshi, we have just received some details of the flights that will be carrying the mortal remains of the deceased who have been shot down or gunned down at the terrorist attack. As of now, we have almost 21. In fact, 21, the list of 21 people who will be carried, their mortal remains will be carried to the respective hometowns from Jammu and Kashmir. There are most of the flights will be going via New Delhi to their respective towns. We have Mr. Vinay Narwal, N. Ramachandran, as well as Mr. Biren Adhikari, who will be whose mortal remains will be taken in an Air India flight via New Delhi. Of course, Mr. Vinay Narwal is a resident of Haryana, so his mortal remains will be taken from New Delhi to his hometown in Haryana by road. But the others will, of course, be going from New Delhi to Kolkata to Raipur to Jaipur. There are a number of deceased whose bodies will be flown in Air India flight to Mumbai. There will also be flights to Kolkata, Indore, Raipur, Bhubaneswar, Guwahati, Chennai, Bangalore, and most of these, the mortal remains will be carried on Air India as well as Indigo flights, along with their family members who were present in Jammu and Kashmir for their holiday. So, of course, we as of now, Lipakshi, we can report that about 21 mortal remains will be carried by the airlines Air India and Indigo in the coming hours from now. The first flight is expected to leave at about 11:30 this morning, and the Kolkata flight is also at 11:30, while the flight to Jaipur and Raipur will be at 11:45, and all these flights will be via New Delhi, while the flight to Raipur and Jaipur will be an Indigo flight where the mortal remains of Mr. Dinesh Agarwal and Mr. Neeraj Udvani will be carried in the Indigo flight bearing flight number 6C2356 and further 6C5138 to Raipur and 6C20242 to Jaipur. And of course, the other mortal remains will be taken throughout the day in the due course of time. And about at the last flight that we have today is about at 6 p.m. where an Indigo flight 6C3103 will be going to Pune via Delhi from Srinagar. So, of course, the grieving families will also be accompanied in these flights, and all arrangements are being done by the Jammu and Kashmir administration as well as the Ministry of Home Affairs and the Government of India that is undertaking this operation. Lipakshi.
All right. Sir, we wanted to ask you, talking about the clear message from the terrorist, the resistance front or the TRF has claimed responsibility for the attack.
The message is very clear. They say they are trying to, by doing this action, they have ensured that their presence is felt in Jammu and Kashmir. And they are also trying to convey a message, look, we may be dormant, but we are here. And we can strike at the time and place of our choice.
Right. Finally, if you could tell us a bit more, what's the reaction by the locals also, and the regional leaders have also given reaction. What can you say about that, sir?
I think there is a solidarity as regards to condemning this action by everybody, whether be the local politician or the national political leadership or the local. And you see this candle march in which all the citizens, they are marching and they are chanting Bharat Mata Ki Jai. Now this conveys a message: look, whatever you may do, but we are together, and we are all integrated with each other, and we will see to it that all the designs of Pakistan are going to be neutralized in times to come.
Right, we're integrated with each other. Very well said, sir. Salman, my next question to you. Amit Shah also met the families of the deceased a little while back. Can you tell us more on that?
Amit Shah, the Home Minister Amit Shah, he has met the families of the deceased. He has talked to them. He has, I mean, I'm sure that he would have expressed deepest concern and the sadness on part of the government of India to all the family members, and he would also express the resolve of the government of India that the perpetrators would be brought to justice. Home Minister is also likely to later visit to the hospitals, various hospitals where the injured are being treated, and I'm sure that he will express the same sentiments there also.
All right, thank you so much, Salman and sir, for joining us and giving us all that information.